Good morning, everybody. VJ's on Sports for Life Conduct, live right now on Spreaker.com. I'm your host, VJ, right? That's because I always think I am 8515. Hashtag the Big Vanilla Handsome. Hashtag the Big Vanilla Wait for. Hashtag the Big Vanilla Shaq. Hashtag the Big Vanilla Color Card. V's Top Talk Boy. Mr. Never Shut Up. The Purple Man. And yes, we are still playing Prince. I told you guys, I am not about to just play it a few days and just let it go. I asked Raynell yesterday when we were having lunch at Guyukaku in Sherman Oaks in LA, and I said, how long can I play Prince on my show before, gets a little old or, people, start to go, okay, VJ, that's enough. Like, okay, we get it. You liked Prince. He was a great artist. You loved his music. Enough already. And her reaction was kind of like a shrug, like, as long as you want. He's Prince, right? So, more Prince today. Great show for you guys lined up today, too. NFL playoff, NBA playoff, NFL draft, Clippers. Chris Paul's hurt again. Blake Griffin's hurt again. Pacers and Raptors had a great game last night. Another NBA playoff game that comes down to going to the replay to see if a ball was out of a guy's hand. By the time that the buzzer went off, we saw the same thing in Game 2 between the Mavs and the Thunder. Same exact scenario. Point comes off the board. One team wins. So, in this case last night, great basketball play by Paul George. He made the right basketball play. Two guys on him. If he just shot that ball, like he said in his post game, it'd have been a hero shot. He didn't want to take any hero shots. Gave it up to a wide open shooter. Kid drains it, but just a second, just a hair second too late. So, the Raptors move up 3-2 in that series. I need the Raptors to get out of the first round, man, to actually start to believe in DeMar DeRozan. I know I've been very high on a few NBA teams going after him as a free agent. He's unrestricted this summer. Last night, career high in the playoffs, 34 points. I need to see those type of performances from DeMar DeRozan if I'm going to believe that you can sign him as a free agent. He's going to do something huge as far as turning your franchise around. So, great game by him last night. Paul George every bit of the superstar he was before he got hurt. I thought we had seen the best of Paul George and what we could see, and I still feel that way, but at least he's back. At least he's playing well, dropping buckets. He had 39 last night. Here's my question about last night's game between the Raptors and the Pacers is Paul George had 37 points at the end of the third quarter. He finished with 39. That's a problem. That's just my opinion. When you're a superstar, you got to go get your buckets in the fourth quarter. You got to go get yours. I know you've been playing and you've been dropping buckets all game, but sometimes it just calls for you to shoot, man. Sometimes it just calls for you to just channel your inner Kobe, your inner Iverson, your inner Jordan, whoever you want to call a ball hog at any point. Because Jordan was called a ball hog in the early stages of his career to the middle. Iverson went through the whole ball hog kind of thing too for people who didn't like Iverson. But those guys understood the moment and understood when I got to go get 45 tonight. I got to go get 50 tonight. Paul George should have 45, 46 points last night easily. We saw Isaiah Thomas do it in Game 3 against the Hawks. Down 0-2, going home. What does he do? He puts up his share of shots, and the shots that he wants to put up, drops 42 points, and they win. Flip over all the way, fast forward to Game 5 last night. I don't want to use the word embarrassing for Boston, but I think you probably just throw that game film away, man. You don't even look at that game. I think the commentator said that last night. One of the guys commentating the game. You put on about the first 5 to 10 minutes, which is the first quarter, when they played very well. Atlanta had 15 points, guys, in the first quarter. Lowest scoring quarter in the entire playoffs so far this year. Lowest scoring quarter, one of the lowest scoring quarters they've had all year long. So when you think about the amount of points that they scored the last 3 quarters, I'm not sure if Boston just gave up. At one point, Atlanta was up by 30. That is easily a 40-point swing. They were up 10 at the end of the first quarter. And then at one point in the third and fourth quarter, we're down 30. That's a 40-point swing. I picked Atlanta in 5 or 6. I like them in 5 or 6. I think 6 is what happens. I think they go close out in Boston when they head there tomorrow night. I always pick experience over youth and exuberance. I know somebody hit me yesterday and said, well, how do you explain Golden State last year? I said, well, Livingston's been in the league, 10 years, 11 years. You had Iguodala, who's been in the league for a while, who's been an all-star, who's been in Olympic teams, who's played for like 3 or 4 different franchises. He's a veteran. Bogut's a veteran. David Lee's a veteran. I know Steph is the baby face. I know Klay Thompson is the baby face and Draymond's the baby face. But those guys are also in year 4 and 5 in their year. It's not year 1, year 2, year 3. It's year 4 and 5 for these guys. So they're not full-blown veterans, but they have more experience than some of the players for Cleveland did last year. And I know Cleveland was hurt, and everybody likes to, call Golden State lucky. But we'll figure out how lucky they was with these injuries that have happened in the Western Conference. I want to start my rant this morning, though, about Sam Bradford. And the word I like to associate with incidents like this and situations like this is culture. I'm a big believer in culture in life. I'm a big believer in culture when it comes to raising your children, culture when it comes to dating, culture when it comes to marriage, culture when it comes to friendship, culture when it comes to professionalism. I am big about culture. We're going to get on to another topic about culture later on today too, because there's a few people who are walking away and leaving a major juggernaut network and going to other companies. We'll talk about those names too, and we'll bring up some things that are being reported and some things that I've even heard from sources that's going on there. But culture creates attitude. Culture creates personality and creates how you act and what you do. And Sam Bradford, Sam Bradford telling the Philadelphia Eagles that he wants to be traded after they moved up to get the number 2 pick, because Sam Bradford is smart enough to know that when a team moves up and grabs a certain pick, especially 1, 2, 3, they want that guy to start. They want him to probably go into that season, go into training camp, go into mini camp, OTAs, rookie camp, involuntary camp, mandatory camp. They want that guy to win the job. Any smart coaching staff and front office who drafts that high, eventually they want that guy to win the job. And Sam Bradford knows this. Now, I'm not mad at Sam Bradford for having confidence in himself. If you don't believe in yourself in life, nobody else will. I'm not mad at Sam Bradford for saying that he wants to be traded. In the NFL, they'll trade you when they don't think that you're ready, or they don't think you're the guy, or they want to free up cap. They'll cut you and your paycheck stops then. There's no guaranteed money in the NFL. So I'm not mad at Sam Bradford for feeling the way he feels and for expressing how he feels in a very open way, saying, hey, get me out of here, trade me. I don't want to be here. I'm not going to sit on the bench behind your rookie quarterback, who is probably going to be Carson Wentz, because it looks like that the Rams are going to go with Goff out of Berkeley. So I understand where he's coming from, but the word culture comes into play because this is the culture that you created, NFL, scouts, college football, ESPN top 20, top 25 college polls, ESPN top 100, top 150, top 300 recruiting lists for kids coming out of college. The culture that has been created in sports is me. I want to play. This whole thing about, he's a me guy, or he's not a team. Everybody is a me guy in a sense. There's not a pro athlete out here that's not a me guy. And guess what? If you're not a me guy, let me tell you what happens to your career. If you're not a me guy, you turn into Anthony Hardaway. You guys remember Anthony Hardaway, a.k.a. Penny, NBA superstar, playing with Orlando and Shaq and that team in Orlando that was really, really good. Won 50-plus games back-to-back years. Ended up getting swept in the playoffs by Jordan when everybody thought they were really going to, be able to do something in the playoffs and make it back to the finals. That was the year after they got swept. I remember Penny Hardaway in the 30 for 30 Magic special saying, I had no ego. I knew it was Shaq's team. I knew this. I knew that. I want to lay back. I want Shaq to be the man. He never asserted himself as wanting what was best for him. I understand he was thinking about the team, and I get that. But at the end of the day, what did it do for him? How did it help Penny Hardaway? It didn't. When they were ready to get rid of Penny Hardaway, and Penny Hardaway started going through the injuries and couldn't do it no more, he wasn't a me guy. So it allowed them to make him very expendable, very fast. And he never won a championship, and he admitted to himself it still bothers him to this day. Because he didn't have that dog or maybe that little bit of me in him that says, you know what? I'm the man here too, Shaq. It's not just you. That's what Kobe did. And look what it did for Kobe. It drove him. Because you have people jump on him and, well, no, it's them Shaq rings. It's Shaq's team. It's this. It's that. And the minute he got sick of it, he wanted Shaq gone. They moved Shaq. Kobe won 3 more finals and won 2 more rings because he was a me guy. I want to win these rings. Yeah, these are my teammates. Yeah, I play for the Lakers. Yeah, I live in Los Angeles. I want to do it for all those reasons too. But at the end of the day, I'm the one that's going to retire. And when I retire, no one's going to mention me. They'll talk about me when it comes up in a conversation of basketball. But just like every other player, Jordan's more thought about now only when you talk about Kobe or LeBron or his sneakers. We don't really sit around and reminisce like how great Jordan was. Only when we're trying to compare Kobe or LeBron or his sneaker sales. And Sam Bradford is really just following the culture. People want to play. Guys want to get paid. And remember, Sam Bradford was part of that last rookie class that came in that got those ridiculous salaries and those ridiculous deals. Now, I don't think they're ridiculous. I think if you've done the work in college, it's just, and you go to the NFL and you're the number 1 overall pick, you earn a little chunk of money because you don't get paid in college. You've done the hard work to get there. It's just like the guy that comes out of college. Every guy that comes out of college with a graduation, guy or girl or lady, man or woman, that comes out of college with a college education and a college degree, they all don't start, what's the word I'm looking for? Entry level. Some of them get a better job than most others. Some of them get handed a little more money here and there. I don't hear you guys complaining about that. But it's the culture. The culture in the professional world is if you come out of school and you're a bright candidate for our position or our job, we might pay you a little more because of the degree that you earn or the school's name that's stamped on that degree. It earns you a little more. Same thing with pro sports. Winning a national championship, being a quarterback, being an all-around player, being a defensive player, dominant force, go to college basketball, carrying your team through the tournament, dropping big numbers in the tournament where your team's not expected to win. Your Buddy Hills. I remember Wally Zerbiak earned himself a first-round draft pick and a nice little early contract off of what he did in the NCAA tournament. We've seen this happen before in pro sports, but it's the culture. The culture is, I got drafted here, I perform, I want this money, I don't want to compete with your rookie, I want to play. There's guys that don't even want to play with rookies, guys. Like, come on, let's get real. Like LeBron had Cleveland trade Andrew Wiggins because he didn't want to play with a rookie. He didn't want to play with a young player. I'll say, like, he didn't want to play with a young player. I mean, think about that in hindsight. Think about that, guys. They traded who was going to be a really, really good player. Wiggins is going to be a superstar in this league. And now with Tom Thibodeau coaching them up there, they'll learn defense, they'll learn toughness. They're in the Western Conference, so it's not going to be easy. But I tell you, man, I like the future and I like the brightness there. But there's guys that don't even want to play with rookies. There's coaches who don't play rookies. Byron Scott's not a big rookie player. Phil Jackson never played a rookie. Bulls never needed to. He coached Kobe and Shaq and coached Mike and Scotty for years. They never really needed to play a rookie. But it's the culture that has been created. So you can't get mad at Sam Bradford. I know Philly fans are like, oh, what the hell? Who the hell are you? I've seen people call him garbage. I've seen people call him scrub. Well, here is the real deal on the flip side. In my opinion, Sam Bradford is an undisguised, he's a disguised, not undisguised, he's a disguised bust. He's a disguised bust. His money and his ability that we remember from Oklahoma and sometimes the flashes he shows in the NFL allow us to keep him out of that bust category. But when you really think about it, he's really a bust, guys. He hasn't really won. He's been hurt. He can't really, take a team over the top to the playoffs. Last year, perfect example, easiest time to get into the playoffs for the Eagles would have been last year. Romo goes down. Sam Bradford couldn't lead his team. They lost. The Redskins won the division at 8-8. It's the culture that has been created that makes players step out, I want to be traded. I want to be the highest paid. Look at Josh Norman. Josh Norman left the team that just went to the Super Bowl to go get money. Me. Not team, because you went to an 8-8 team who might be an 8-8 team this year or worse. I don't think they'll be better. I think the Giants will be better this year. We know if Romo's healthy, the Cowboys will be better. We know if Dez Bryant's healthy, the Cowboys will be better. We know that. Maybe Redskin fans or some of the teams or some of the people that hate the Cowboys don't want to hear that, but that is the truth. The truth of the matter is when those two guys played the last 2 years, they're double-digit win teams. They won a playoff game. They lost on a fluke play up in Green Bay. They were a game away from the they were a game away from the conference championship game. This stuff, it's part of the culture that we feel this way when these players speak out. But once again, you got Josh Norman who left a situation that you can win in to go chase money because that's the culture of the NFL. The culture is me. I got to get mine. It's not a lot of people thinking about winning, guys. Tom Brady wants to win. Big Ben wants to win. Rodgers has a ring, wants to win. Brady's got 4. Big Ben's got 2. 2, correct? Yeah, Big Ben's got 2. Rodgers has 1. Those are guys that really want to win. I think Cam Newton wants to win. Peyton Manning wanted to win. I think guys like Matt Ryan, I'm speaking on quarterbacks right. These guys want to win. But it looks like to me, Sam Bradford wants to play and get paid. Josh Norman wants to play and get paid. I mean, you're going to a team that was 8-8. You're going to a team where who's going to play opposite corner? D'Angelo? Okay, so you got Josh Norman. But now you're looking at facing some really dynamic receivers and really dynamic offenses in the season. I mean, you got to face Dez Bryant twice. You got to face Odell Beckham twice. I mean, those are 2 formidable receivers. Those are 4 games, okay, that we're really going to see exactly what Josh Norman was. I know over in the NFC South, you had Julio, but, he had 2 pick sixes against Tampa Bay. Mike Williams, the kid, Mike Evans is a young guy, young player, hasn't really bloomed and blossomed yet. Led the league in drops last year, so there's no challenge there, right? And then you got to go play Atlanta. Yeah, you got Julio Jones, got to cover Julio Jones, stud star receiver. And them 2 went back and forth. Okay, then you got to go cover then you got to go play the Saints. Who's their star receiver? Who is Josh Norman covering there? But what, Marcus Colston? It's the culture. He left the situation to go get money and go get paid. Not a lot of guys like DeMarcus Ware. He did the same thing when the Cowboys thought to cut him. He went where he thought he could win. He went where he thought he can actually be with a team and win. Wasn't about the money to him. They didn't pay him top dollar. They paid him pretty good. They didn't pay him top dollar. I thought the same thing happened with Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson left. Deshaun Jackson left. Got cut in Philly and went down to Washington once again to get paid and to get back at Philly. Me, worried about himself. When teams like San Francisco, who was going to conference championships at the time, Seattle wanted a crack at him. They wanted to bring him in. Those were teams that were ready to win right then and there. Seattle was on their way to a Super Bowl. San Francisco had played in 3 straight conference championship games. But the culture is me. Let me go here because I want to get back at them. Let me go here because I want to get paid. So you can't be mad at Sam Bradford. Speaking of culture also, Blake Griffin, Chris Paul, the LA Clippers. Your culture is just not good. It just never has been. And now you look around and it's like, wow, these 2 guys are hurt again. Smart GMs in pro sports will tell you, you trade a guy a year too early than a year too late. You really do. You trade a guy a year too early than you do a year late. I said all through the free agency and free agency last year, and then up to the trade deadline process this year, I thought the Clippers needed to move 1 guy. But you know what the culture is? The culture is, no, I can win with these guys. We don't need to make a move. It's almost a narcissistic, selfish culture. Even with Doc now, Doc can sit and say, "Well, we're going to give it one more go." This gives them, if anything, instead of breaking up the team, this gives them the open to say, "Well, no, because if we had been healthy last year, now that's all we'll hear from Clipper reporters, from Clipper beat writers, from Clipper fans. If we weren't hurt last year, If we weren't beat up last year, we'd have won it all. Or we'd have came out of the West. Or we could have beat the Spurs. Or we could have beat OKC. Or we could have beat Golden State. Something else I'll bring up too is your culture. Your culture allowed you to go to Dallas and pretty much barricade DeAndre Jordan in his home. I thought it was unprofessional. I really did. And that was my stance. I was like, VJ, what do you think about the Clippers and DeAndre Jordan? Dallas, man, it's a little unprofessional. Kid wants to go, let him go, man. And now look, you did all of that for what? For what? What'd you do it all for now? You still got to pay this man, or now you got to move him, so you got to give him up. You have your 2-star players that are hurt, and they're not coming back and won't be back anytime soon. I mean, the culture of the Clippers, it's just almost like they believe that they should win a championship because they haven't had one, or because they have these talented players. The culture of the NBA is a lot of times people think talent is just going to get you over the hook. And talent will win you a first-round series. Talent will win you a second-round series. But at some point, you need a team to win a conference finals. And then you need a team and a superstar and good coaching and good luck and good fortune to win an NBA championship. The Warriors are not done, guys. I said last week that I would not have played Steph Curry against the Rockets Game 3. No, you don't play him. What are you playing him for? You don't need him to beat the Rockets. And even so, in Game 3, when he didn't play, they still needed a James Harden shot that was an offensive foul to even win that game. They could have easily swept them or beat them in 5 without Steph Curry. But you played them because that's the culture. The culture in the NBA is, put these guys out on the court, jeopardize their health, jeopardize their futures. And now this guy could have blown his ACL. He could have tore his knee up. And how the hell in 2016 in the NBA with all the technology and everything else we got going on, you can't see a damn wet spot on the floor? Those are $1 million, those are multi-million, those are tens of millions of dollars worth of knees there, and ankles and quads and hamstrings and hip joints and hip muscles. That's what you're dealing with when you got a wet court. The Clippers, man, God, their culture. I don't even want to use the word curse. You just have a non-winning culture. That's just the culture there. That team will never win. And you got people that actually want to try to make this a Clippers town. No. The Lakers won 16 games this year. And guess what? People talk about them more than they talk about the Clippers. I don't care whether it's bad or good. When you're talking about them, you're talking about them. So I'm not mad at Sam Bradford. I'm really not. The NFL has created this culture. All he's doing is doing what he's been taught since he's been in the league. I want to play. I want big contract. I want big money because you guys don't guarantee us checks. You want to see people chill out. You want to see players act right a little bit. Or you want to see people chill out a little bit on asking for so much money in the NFL. Then make the NFL make their contracts guaranteed. I guarantee you will see some of these top contracts come down. Make the NBA players play on NFL contracts. At least in the NFL, guys get better. You see receivers work on their routes. You see guys get stronger and faster. You see guys come into camp the next season 20 pounds lighter, 25 pounds lighter, more lean, can jump higher now, can run longer, a little faster. In the NBA, we just talked about this yesterday. The culture of guaranteed contract assures you that you only are going to see 10 really. There's only 7 great players in the NBA right now, guys. 7. LeBron James, Steph Curry. Let's go Kawhi Leonard. That's 3. Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook. That's 5. Now, these other 2 spots, well, let's say 10. Let's find 10 more, okay? Let's find 10 more great players. Don't give me Harden. Plays no defense. Ain't never going past the ball. So Harden's not a great player. He's a great scorer. He's not a great player. So let's get another. Let's find the great players. Damian Lillard. I'll give him great player. So let's say Damian Lillard's a great player. Paul George is back. I'll give Paul George. I'll respect Dwayne Wade. I'll give Dwayne Wade. That's 8. Find me 2 more which you would really categorize as great. I'm talking upper echelon, great player. I'll sneak a little favorite of mine in, Isaiah Thomas. So now that's 9. So you could go Boobie Cousins. Okay, fine. There's 10. And you can alternate maybe 9 and 10 a few times depending upon what type of player you like to watch. What type of player. Guys, there's 32 NBA teams, 15 roster spots. There's only 10 really great players in the league. Why? Because money's guaranteed. That's why Charlie Villanueva gets clowned by Durant and Westbrook the way he did. You're guaranteed contract. That's why you're on the roster, dude. That's exactly why you're on the roster. It's a guaranteed contract. They have to keep you because they have to play you. They have to pay you. Excuse me, not play. They have to pay you. You shouldn't be. There's other players that are better suited. There's other players. I don't want to be a homer. You mean to tell me Kendall Marshall, my nephew, there's not a point guard spot for him somewhere in the league where he can get at least backup time? Yes, he needs to work on his shooting. Yes, he could get better on defense. But you got a point guard that plays unselfish and that all he wants to do is pass. In a league where all everybody really wants to do is shoot and score. We got calls coming in already, man. I love it, man. Early in the morning, man. You're live right now on VJs on Sports.com and Spreaker.com. Looks like this is coming in from the DMV, man. What's your beef?
So, Sammy Sleeves, baby? That's not what you about to do. You're not about to do that.
I'm not about to do what? What I do, D? What happened? What I do?
We're not about to act like Sammy Sleeves is a victim here. Okay, let's be clear. Like, we all seen the contract. What's his contract like? 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Technically, it's only 1 year. Technically, when you break down the numbers. So, how he didn't know that was about to happen? Are we really believing this? His agent is that dumb?
I don't know if
really?
his agent is that dumb, and I don't know if I'm making him a victim. What I'm speaking on is culture. The culture has been created for players to be like this, see, and I'm not mad at him. I'm really not, Dwayne. I'm not mad at the guy for saying.
But see, I'm gonna tell you why
they could have let him go. You kept me, and then you moved up to draft a quarterback. You know, Dwayne. When you draft the quarterback at number 2,
I'm going to tell you why you should be mad at Sammy Sleeves, though.
Okay.
His situation is not the same as everybody else's. You saying, oh, well, I'm not mad at him because NFL contracts aren't guaranteed. Did we forget that this dude was the last one to sign for $50 million?
No, guaranteed? We did. I mentioned it already.
What has he done?
No, I mentioned it already. It's culture. It's not about...
What has Sammy Sleeves done for you to feel like he got wronged here? He didn't get wronged.
See, you're missing my point. I didn't say he got wronged at all. I said I'm not mad at him because it's the culture that has been created. Like, for real, let's flip to another topic because I promised Tyrus I would talk about this, and I know you have interest in this, being an Eagle fan. Josh Norman. The culture that's created in the NFL, why the hell would you leave a team that obviously is going to go back to the conference championship again this year, barring any major injuries to a major component to that team, and possibly a back-to-back Super Bowl appearance? Why the hell would you leave that team to go play for an 8-8 team that would have never sniffed the playoffs had not Des Bryant and Tony Romo been hurt? Not even that. How about the Eagles just win that game? That one, what was it, a Thursday night or Saturday night? Saturday. It was a Saturday night game late in the year. All the Eagles had to do was win. And the Redskins don't even go to the playoffs. But the culture in the NFL is me. Let me go get mine instead of staying where you were. So I'm not mad at Josh Norman.
That's two different things, though, because they purposely rescinded his franchise tag, though. They weren't going to sign him.
No, because I heard that right. I heard the same thing.
They didn't want to pay him.
No, they didn't want to pay him what he wanted. There's a difference.
Yeah.
They didn't want to pay him what he wanted.
But see, here's the difference. You see, the difference between him and Sam. He wasn't getting paid what he wanted. He went out on the market and got what he wanted, right?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question. Wasn't Sam Bradford a free agent?
Sam Bradford was a free agent.
Let his agent tell it. It's like he has all these options. If he had all these goddamn options, why the hell did you sign back here? It doesn't make sense. You only signed a 2-year deal.
I can't answer that. But what I can answer is this, though. Maybe he likes the new coaching staff. Maybe he wanted to be there. I don't know. All I'm saying is I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him for saying trade me, because you know when they pick a quarterback at number 2, they're going to want that guy to start, man. They're going to try to act like it's a quarterback. There's nothing worse, Dwayne, like even on your job right now, Dwayne, let me just say that, even on your job right now, if you were up for a position and they hired another guy and said, you know what, D, we're going to kind of let you guys, compete for this position. You know in your heart and soul damn well that they want him to outcompete you so they could get. That's why they hired him. They bought him in. Cool. But in fairness to you, the fake fairness to you, they got to tell, well, let's make sure we go tell Mr. Davis that this is an open thing. Hey, this doesn't mean he got your position. Blah. They'll feed you all type of bullshit. But I know you, D. I've known you for 20 years, dog. You would be the guy driving home that day saying, this is some straight bullshit.
No. Here's the difference between me and him. It depends on what motivates you. That's different. This is a whole different thing. Like I heard you talking about. I heard somebody trying to compare some shit the other day as far as work related, like in the office type shit, as opposed to sports. Not the same. Mm-hmm. Because once you start getting older, you can't necessarily outcompete with You can't really compete with the younger people for real. They're already trying to move you out. Sam Bradford's not that old, okay? What motivates Sam Bradford? That's what I'm curious about. It can't be the money, because he already got the money. They're already on the hook for $11 million. You've been paid $11 million already. You haven't played a snap. You've already been paid $11 million. So what motivates you? So you're gonna tell me a rookie coming in here, you can't outshine him? Really? You don't want to compete. You want to come. So I'm guessing he thinks that he's just going to go get traded somewhere and they just going to hand him the job. Granted, even though in Philly the talk is he is the starter for this year. Nobody else can guarantee you that, Sammy Sleeve. So what are you going to do?
I disagree. I think there's teams. I disagree. I think there's teams he could get traded to that he could play, that he could start for. There's teams he can get traded to that he can start for. He can get traded to Cleveland. He would start there at Cleveland.
So that goes back. That goes back to my original question. If you had all these options, why did you sign so fast in Philly? You still could have waited.
Maybe he wanted to be there.
If you had all these options, why would the agent allow you to sign in Philly?
Well, number one, I'll break it down like this.
One of the top agents.
I'll break it down like this. Well, first, as you already stated, it's a 2-year deal. So really, it could be a 1-year deal because the second year is the team option, so you can decide to keep him or not. Let's sit here. Let's play here. You're already here. You know the guys here. If you get traded, if we get you to a new team right now, you'll be in a different set. You'll be in a different offense. I understood why he stayed here. And once again, you're just misconstruing what I'm saying. I'm not mad at him. I'm not saying he's right or wrong. I'm just not upset at him for doing what the culture provides players to do. They provide players this ability. Because I think Sam Bradford's a bust, dude. But he's a disguised bust because we still remember how great he was at Oklahoma. The guy sometimes still shows flashes of the accuracy that he was held for. When he was coming in the draft, I heard NFL scouts say when it comes to putting the ball on a dime, they think of two people, John Elway and Troy Aikman, when they were coming out of school. That was very high praise for Bradford. He is a fragile guy. The last injury in St. Louis is not his fault. Tell your left tackle don't fall the hell down and let a D lineman take an open shot at your quarterback in a preseason game. Last year, he wasn't the problem. Philly couldn't stop anybody. DeMarco Murray was a bad move signing him. It wasn't all Bradford's fault. But the games you guys did win, he played well in. And you can't deny that. He put up decent numbers.
Hold on, but that's not my argument. My argument is not that he didn't play well. I never said it was his fault. I'm the first person to say we led the league in drops. I've always said that.
Yeah.
People don't pay attention to that though. They just talk about defense. Prior to check, if you actually watch the games, the defense wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't.
They didn't feel so much because all the drives was getting stopped. How the hell could you look like a good defense? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But But as far as him, but again though, what motivates you? That's all I want to know. What motivates Sam Bradford to play? Is it the money? It can't be the money because you're already punking out. It can't be the competition. So you're just here. That's what I don't get. You're just here.
It could be.
I thought when you play, everybody knows when you play sports, you play to compete. The only reason I ever played basketball at Potomac was to compete against my peers, period. When I came to Potomac, it was dudes better than me. My whole agenda was, fuck it, I'm going to take his starting spot. I have to. Until I got to varsity and I realized that don't work with Coach Hayes because his favoritism is tremendous.
Exactly.
So you can't outplay nobody because he's favoritism.
Exactly.
But everywhere else, cool, no problem. That motivated me. What motivates him? That's all I want to know. You already trying to cry. You already trying to leave because of a rookie? A rookie that they pretty much told you is not going to play. I don't get it.
Nah, that guy, listen, that guy, if they take Wentz at 2, Wentz is starting opening day, I don't give a shit what nobody says. You do not draft a quarterback in today's NFL. In today's NFL, you do not draft number 2. And you do, damn it, the Dolphins, we took Tannehill at like 9 or 10, and David Garrard was there. I remember calling a friend and saying, Garrard's not going to start right now. Garrard's going to start. They're going to sit 10. I said, dude, quarterbacks don't go in the top 10 and sit. That's not this NFL. You can't name that over the last 5 to 6 years. If they're drafted in the first round, they start unless your name is Johnny Manziel. They start. That's the way to Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater fell all the way
immediately.
Teddy Bridgewater fell all the way to the back of the second round. Guess who was starting on opening day? Teddy Bridgewater.
Donovan didn't start opening day. He was the second pick.
Donovan was 20 years ago. Donovan was 19. Donovan was 19 years ago.
Sammy Sleeves was going to have at least 4 games.
I don't know, man.
He was going to have at least 4 games.
I listen, I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him.
I just don't like put it like this. I just don't like the client from a professional athlete that's already been paid. That's all.
I feel you.
If you're trying to earn money.
No, I feel you, and I've seen you say that before.
Listen, he has literally robbed St. Louis of what? How much did he get paid there?
He made over $75 million in St. Louis. Yeah.
He's the only guy that has made. He's the only guy that you can think of right now that's a quarterback that has gotten over damn near $100 million. He doesn't even have close to a winning record. Not even close.
Hey, man.
Not even close. So how could you even open your mouth and say you don't want to play anywhere? That's craziness. You should either talk. You should just sign a check and just keep it pushing. There's no way you can say such a thing.
Hey, man, like I said, I'm just not mad at him. Why I got you on the line, man? You're a big basketball guy. What's wrong with the Clippers, man? Is it really time for us to just stop being on Blake and Chris Paul and just call them what they are? They're just really good injury-prone players.
Look, CP3 is my guy. So I won't talk bad about CP3 that much.
Okay, respect.
But I feel like I'm gonna tell you who jobbed CP3. David Stern. Jobbed him when he ended up having to go to the Clippers when he should have been a Laker. Jobbed him. So he put him in there to be cursed with the rest of them. So yeah, they cursed. But the thing is, what are they gonna do about it? You sat up there. You held the dude hostage who does nothing but grab rebounds and benefits from CP3. So if somebody has to go, it's going to have to be Blake. Because how could you get rid of CP3 when he's the only reason that this guy that you signed all this money to gets any points to begin with?
Yeah.
That's the only reason he gets any buckets. So CP3 can't go.
I called it karma. I didn't like what they did. I didn't like what they did last summer. I thought it was unprofessional. I thought it was corny. I thought it showed desperation. And I'm a firm believer when franchises show that, like for instance, you ever see San Antonio show desperation? You ever see the New England Patriots show desperation? You ever see the Chicago Blackhawks? I'm naming all the teams, the San Francisco Giants, the St. Louis Cardinals, teams that have all won all the championships in the last 15 years of pro sports. Do you ever see those teams show desperation? No, they don't. When you show desperation, you're trying to catch up. If you got to be desperate to catch up, you'll never catch up. Desperation never brings anything.
I think that all depends on how you look at that. I don't necessarily blame the Clippers as much as I blame DeAndre Jordan. DeAndre's still a grown man. So at the end of the day, if you made a deal with Mark Cuban, told him you was coming, then you decided you changed your mind, what you're entitled to, all you had to do was make a phone call. Hey, my man, look, I think I'm gonna go ahead.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Because you don't have a guy there that can give me buckets. The only reason I get buckets is because CP3. Keep me 100. What guy does Dallas have that's going to get him buckets like that? Nobody. They don't. Quiet as kept. I mean, they don't even have to be quiet as kept. Look at their team. DeRon Williams is hurt for the last 6 summers. He's been hurt.
Yeah.
We don't even know who he is. Remember, it was talk about him being the second best point guard in the league behind Chris Paul.
At one point, absolutely.
We ain't seen him since.
Absolutely.
We ain't seen him since. You got Barrera over there. He's a scorer. He's not really passing the ball. Devin Harris is a defender. He's not passing the ball. Your man, Raymond Felton, he's more or less of a get bucket type of guy nowadays.
Yep.
He's not a real passer of the ball. So, what was he going to do there? So that's why I don't really blame the Clippers. It's him. But everybody gave him a pass because you seen Blake Griffin tweeting shit. Everybody up in the house is being said Doc Rivers was in there. That's all cool. I'm not blaming them. I'm blaming him. But the reason I will put partial blame on them is because why the hell? I mean, I guess you could do that nowadays. You can have a dude that's a liability like that.
Yeah.
Like where all he can do is grab rebounds. I mean, he blocks a few shots, but nothing major. You grab a whole lot of rebounds and you get paid all this money. You can't hit a free throw to save your life. You have no post moves. I have better post moves than DeAndre Jordan. I don't even play ball anymore, and I have better post moves than DeAndre Jordan. So this is one of the things we just sit there like, all right, well, everybody blames the Clippers, but I don't. Now, what I do blame them for is, why do you still have Blake Griffin? I'd have got Blake up out of here last year.
Yeah.
It's only evident that, what can he do? Because, look, okay, so if you did, let's say you did try to help DeAndre Jordan, right? Let's say he spent whole summer or two on his post move. What the hell you still got Blake Griffin for? Because at that point, you need a guy, Chris Bosh-esque, where he's going to be standing out of the paint so you can actually get him on the block. Blake Griffin's always on the block, which means DeAndre Jordan can't necessarily stand right there with him. So that's why all his points is putbacks or oops from Chris Paul. So remember the talk was going around that they were talking about Blake Griffin or Kevin Durant. You remember that?
Yep, absolutely.
There had to be some type of people don't just make this type of stuff up. There had to have been some type of talk about that. I would have got him out of there so fast. Why wouldn't you do that? Well, name the small forward that the Clippers had.
I'm not a Blake Griffin. First of all, I'm not a Blake Griffin guy at all. You've seen me. I said 3 years ago, and I know you remember this post. Me, you, Shawan, a bunch of people were in on it. I posted, I would take LaMarcus Aldridge over Blake Griffin any day, and everybody went off on me. Mike Marshall, I don't forget shit, dude. That's what.
I remember that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what makes me a good radio guy. I don't forget shit. That's why I'm good at sports debating, because I don't forget what people say. I don't forget what I say. When I'm wrong, I've come out plenty of times and say, yo, I missed on this one. I'll tag somebody, yo, you got me on this. You won, homie. You got me in this one, blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to let y'all know when I'm right, too. And I said it back 3 years ago. I said, you guys are all hyped over Blake. We've seen Blake before. His name is Sean Kemp.
Don't understand this. That's exactly what he is. He's Sean Kemp, and LaMarcus Aldridge is, but shit, if you really want to be technical, he's Tim Duncan.
Yeah, he is.
That's why he's there.
With a better jumper.
I've been saying this for 3 years now. He's Tim Duncan Jr. And then you allow Tim Duncan Jr. to play with Tim Duncan. What kind of shit is this? Who cheats like this? Like they are the Patriots. They are the Patriots of the NBA. they're the only people who can get people to take less money to come play with them.
Yeah.
You took $10 million less to come ride the bench, David West. Now, the thing about that is, a lot of y'all didn't talk about that. Y'all don't feel some type of way about him leaving to go play with the team so he can get a W? That's what LeBron did. Y'all hated it.
No. No, you haven't been totally all paid attention to me because I didn't like the move at all anyway. I don't like when guys do that.
Okay,
I've said that about.
I'm not tripping.
No. Hold on one second. When Gary Payton did it, I thought it was weak. When Karl Malone did it for the Lakers and Payton did it for the Lakers and then Payton ran to the Heat, I'm still mad at Alonzo Mourning, and I grew up a huge Alonzo Mourning fan. I like Alonzo Mourning so much. Terrence was in D.C. at a nightclub one night, bumped into Alonzo Mourning, called me and was like, yo, Alonzo said he'll say what up to you. Went over to the VIP, back to the VIP, gave Alonzo Mourning the phone. I talked to Alonzo Mourning for like 10 seconds like, yo, man, what's up? He's like, what's going on, my brother? Your brother said you was a big fan of mine. I said, yo, you was the dude, man. I respected you in the NBA and in Georgetown. I appreciate you saying what up to me. This was like 12 years ago. When he pulled that move, when he left Miami, it was going to go back to New Jersey, and started talking shit about the Heat. And then when Shaq got traded, spun his ass around and ran back to Miami, I lost it for Alonzo then, and I never got it back. Every time they show him sitting in the audience in a suit working for the Miami Heat, I cringe like, damn, dude. Like, you were an upstanding dude. There was everything that was good about you. He had the disease where he played sick. He missed that whole one season, got his body right to come back to play, and then you pulled that shit. So I'm not that dude at all. David West, because imagine if he was still in Indiana. Indiana would have a legitimate shot at Cleveland this year. They really would.
What do you mean? The series against Toronto would have been over already.
Yeah, this series would have been over already. And last night,
season would have been over.
And see, this is what I was talking about yesterday when it comes to Toronto. I just can't. I can't believe in them yet. They got lucky as hell last night because, in my opinion, they'd have lost that game in overtime. But back to Blake and Chris Paul, just real quick. I said during the trading deadline, and I stood firm on it. I was wrong, but I stood firm on it. And I know you heard the show. I think you called in one day. We were talking about trades. I said, you got to move Blake Griffin now. You got to move him now. Always better to move a player too early than too late. So you know what's going to happen now. Now Doc has a something to lean on. Doc can say, well, we're not going to break this up because we weren't healthy. He pulled the same thing with Boston. He said, well, we never really got a chance to defend our championship because Pert got hurt and then Garnett was hurt. And it's like, dude, Doc always has a way to keep teams together for too long. He always has a way to keep teams. He did it with Boston. Boston should have moved those pieces long before that they moved Paul Pierce, Garnett, Kendrick Perkins, Rondo. They should have moved those pieces a year early. If they'd have moved those pieces a year early, I would think they would win a playoff series this year. But they didn't. The Clippers decided to hold on to Blake. Now next year, you can't trade him because Doc's going to sell everybody on, we were hurt last year. Who knows what we could have done? And everybody will buy it. But then the following year, by that following year, Durant's going to be on a new team. Westbrook could be on a new team. Harrison Barnes could be on a new team. DeMar DeRozan could be on a new team. Carmelo's a free agent that summer. Carmelo, now you lost your shot at actually trading for one of those guys and really keeping the ball rolling of trying to compete in the Western Conference. So now next year you're going to get the exact same Clippers, first round, second round playoff exit. I know everybody loves Doc. I know Doc's a nice person. He even spoke to me at the Carolina Duke game. When Kendall was in Carolina, I went to the Carolina Duke game in Duke. Austin was the point guard for Duke. I saw Doc in line when we were getting our tickets checked. He spoke. He was a nice dude. Everybody was coming up to him, wanted to take pictures with Doc, shake his hand. I get that. I get players like him. But it doesn't always translate to W's, man. And that's where the Clippers are going to fail. They waited too long. And I know CP3's your guy. Never been a fan. I always felt like he was a slightly extra dirty player.
Why you don't like him?
I'm explaining. No, I'm explaining it to you. I know that. I know he reminds me a lot of Isaiah Thomas. I know that. But There's just always been just something about him I just never bought into. And he is the best point guard in basketball. Well, no, he's not. Steph Curry's the best point guard in basketball. But he held the reign for about 7 or 8 seasons. I mean, he gives a clinic every night on how to play the point guard position. I don't like the crying, and I don't like the flopping. Those are the two things that kind of always made me look at him like, come on, dude, damn. Stop crying so damn much. Damn. Stop flopping so damn much, man. Like, shit. And it does like Blake Griffin. 6'9", you jumping and dunking on everybody. You flop like, that's my beef with LeBron. If everybody really wants to know, the one thing that I don't like about LeBron is the fact that he's a front runner. You flex and you scream at the crowd and in people's face when you dunk. But the minute somebody bumps you, you flinging yourself into the fucking cameraman, holding your head and your lip every damn game. And I get tired of seeing it. So it makes me not want to cheer for you. That's it. If anybody wants to know what's your thing against LeBron, VJ, that's what it is. He's a great player. I enjoy watching him play. But even yesterday, I said with my Pistons, took some hard fouls from Tobias, took some hard fouls from Morris. He didn't flop. He didn't act like a little girl. He act tough. That's the LeBron I want to see. But no, what do we get? We get LeBron in the finals. He takes a basic body foul from Bogut, hits the ground, takes an extra step, and then flings himself into the fucking cameraman and cuts his head on the camera. And then everybody wants to be like, remember the flop against DJ Augustine? Like, come on, dude. DJ Augustine should have had a concussion. DJ Augustine should have had a damn concussion from trying to run into a screen from you.
Well, this just feeds back to what you said earlier, though. You can't be mad for what the system allows.
No, no, you're right. It's the culture. 9 out of 10,
you get that call. Why not do it?
It's the culture. You're right. I'm not mad at it.
Just think about it. You gotta look at see. I be talking to people about this all the time. They gotta look at it a little bit differently. Can you imagine what LeBron would really do? Like for instance, like we seen what Shaq was doing when Shaq first came in the league. They had to stop that shit. Like, hey, look, damn that he getting hit. We don't think it's that hard. We're gonna let it go because he was so big. Can you imagine if they just let him play like as physical as he could? You think he's unstoppable now? That should be a travesty. But you can't allow that because ain't nobody else that damn big. They can't let that happen. Got to be some type of diversity. They got to let something happen.
But they don't let nothing happen. LeBron, I've never seen. All right, answer me this. You ever seen a superstar create as much, other than Harden, because Harden does it too, but you ever seen a superstar create as big as LeBron? Okay, nope, take Harden out of it because he's not even as big as LeBron. You ever seen a guy as big as LeBron create contact and never get called for a fucking charge? Like, dude, like the rule states, if I am in my area as a defender, I'm allowed to move my feet. I'm allowed to move my feet. But if you lower your shoulder every single time you drive to the hoop, and it's never called. And he's also out. Nope, I found something else. I'll give you something else that bothers me. The way that he travels and then gives it a name. My crab dribble. Nigga, you ain't no damn crab dribble. You travel.
Everybody's traveling, B. Like, that's
not true. That's not true.
You spoke about travels all game.
Who?
Yo, you just talked about James Harden. Tell me you ain't watched the game that James Harden hasn't traveled in.
James Harden, he's another guy. I'm not a James Harden guy either, dude. James Harden travels. He travels way too much for me. He travels way too much for me. Way too much. And I don't even want to turn this into a LeBron conversation, but more on Chris Paul. He's a great player. Like, we personally know Chris Paul. He's a big fan of Kendall's. He loves Kendall to death. Kendall's his dude. He gets when I first moved back here 2 years ago. Raynell went to a game with my brother. My flight hadn't landed yet. Raynell took my ticket and went to a Clipper-Laker game when Kendall's running point for the Lakers. And she said that Chris Paul came out afterwards. Him, Dennis, Kendall, her, they sat around, they talked. She told me, she goes, I didn't know that Chris Paul really liked Kendall. I said, oh, yeah. I said, Chris Paul loves Kendall, man. Since Kendall was in high school, Kendall went to his camp and won MVP. He's always been enamored with Kendall. And Dennis, he likes Dennis, and he's a good dude. But when you can't, my thing is, when you consistently can't lead your team, man, and there's always a reason why. Nobody just ever says, yo, he's a great point guard. Maybe he's just not a winner. Maybe he's just not a team, like, leader winner. Maybe he's just not. But you can't do that because he's a nice guy and we like him. And I hate to bring my guy into this, but when we talk about the 60 man, because that's what we call him on the show, we don't call him KOBE no more. He the straight 60 man on my show. But when the 60 man actually leads his team to wins, leads his team to championships, he just cares about himself. He's just a ball hog. It's like, come on, man. Which way you gonna go? Dennis did the same thing. We had the same discussion last year about Rondo. He hated the way Rondo acted in Dallas. He called me one day. He goes, so talk to me about Rondo. I'm like, I mean, what are you going to do, man? You going to be mad at Rondo? This is the Rondo he's been. No, I'm just pissed because these point guards, they ain't got no championships, but you want to act like this and that. I said, well, first of all, Rondo's got a championship, so you can't say that about him. But I brought up Chris Paul because he is just like you. He is a huge Chris Paul. I said, well, what about your dude? He don't have no rings. And he's not the perfect model guy, but that's different. See, and that's what I said. See, you making an excuse for him. You talking about other point guards with no ring because he was saying it about Russ Westbrook. I mean, he getting all these triple doubles and everybody think he a star because Durant hurt. They ain't winning nothing. Okay, well shit, Chris Paul ain't winning nothing.
Okay, well we gonna exclude. We're not gonna talk about the 60 man and Chris Paul.
Okay,
we're gonna look at it let's look at it differently. What point guard have you seen? We exclude Steph Curry too because if we start talking about him, then I'm gonna bring something else up. But what other point guard has led their team to a championship?
What do you mean by led?
Like a real point guard. Who has led their team to a championship?
All right, so I'm assuming. I'll answer. I'm assuming that you think Rondo doesn't count. Am I right?
But watch this though.
Okay.
See, this is how I'm gonna argue that. If you count Rondo, right?
Okay.
My argument to that is gonna be he played with Hall of Famers. What Hall of Famer has Chris Paul?
Okay. No, I was just asking, but I got a point guard. I got a point guard for you though.
You better not say Tony Parker because he's playing with Hall of Fame.
Nope, it ain't Tony Parker. I got a good one for you. I'm already prepared for this question because I've been asked it so many times already. Chauncey Billups led his team to a championship.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that because there wasn't no Hall of Famers on that team.
No,
but that team was constructed defensively. So a lot of these buckets, I'm not saying that none of them niggas weren't offensive players because you had Chauncey and you had Rip that was offensive.
Yeah, she.
That's real. But what I'm saying is that's a whole different animal though, because those dudes are constructed to play defense. So if they stop you, they automatically get points by default. So that's one. Name another though.
But see, this isn't a point guard driven league. It's a wing. It's a wing.
Where I'm going with this is that's why I understand what you're saying about him, but that's why I'm not saying he should get a total 100% pass, but that's why you have to give him a pass because none of these other point guards play with people that don't get buckets.
But they're heralding. Hold up. No. See, I can't ride with that because for the last 5-6 years, we've had to have Blake Griffin stuffed down our damn throat as the new age power forward.
Stuffed him down anybody's throat. To me, I don't like him. To me, he's been overrated since day one. But whatever.
I'm with you.
But see, this is what I'm saying. Like everybody, they glorify certain players that shouldn't be. I mean, I get it. You have to get it. All you do, he's a fucking human highlight run. Like Dominique was stuff. Dominique was giving niggas real buckets.
I'm about to say, Neek was giving dudes real buckets.
This cat just literally dunked. He is Sean Kemp all over again. Even though I personally think Sean Kemp had a little bit more offensive game than he does. But
Kemp had a better jump. Kemp had a better jumper.
Still with him dunking. Huh?
I said Kemp had a better jumper.
Exactly. But all you would see is him dunking, so nobody would know that. But like I said, who he played with though? You that's the thing. You see, people count on him. You want him to be a point guard and give you buckets. That's what I don't like about the new age point guard. You're not allowed to just be a point guard anymore.
No.
You have to get buckets. So even with him getting buckets, it's not enough. Because you got him playing with J.J. Redick, who comes through sometimes. You got him playing with DeAndre Jordan, who's a defensive player. You got him playing with the highlight guy that's really a bitch. You got him playing with who knows who the hell they 3 is. We don't know him. It's a different guy. You have Jeff Green over there, guy from Georgetown that was supposed to be the man coming off the bench.
Yeah. And we saw Jeff Green from our area. He from our area. I saw him play high school in AAU.
Without you Googling, you can't even name that dude that's their 3.
Would it be Wes Johnson?
I don't even know that guy's name.
Wesley Johnson? Oh, Aminu. Isn't it
the other guy start?
Is it Aminu?
I think not. No, man, he doesn't even play there no more. He's in Portland.
Okay, he's in Portland. Damn, who is their 3?
You ain't see him splashing those 3s on him the other day? Laughing at him?
That's right, yeah, that's right. You're right, yeah.
So the dude that starts, I don't even know his name. And when you put a guy off your bench named Wesley Johnson, how can you compete? Like, look, see, this is the thing that pisses me off about the NBA and even the NFL sometimes. When you draft or get out of free agency, the same guy. How the hell do you get Jamal Crawford and Austin Rivers in the same lineup? They're the same guy. Except for Austin Rivers can't give you as many buckets as Jamal Crawford. They are the same guy. They cannot create for anybody else but themselves. You have these guys off the bench. You don't know what the hell, which one of them is the point guard. You watch the game. If Jamal Crawford has the ball and there's like 15 seconds left, you can forget it. He's shooting. Same as Austin Rivers. I'm confused. Now, Austin Rivers tries to play a little bit defense. He's okay some games. We've all seen him get cooked, but we've seen everybody get cooked. But why do you have the same guy on the floor at the same time? The same guy.
Well, Austin Rivers wouldn't be on. Also, somebody asked me. Somebody asked me a while back, man. They said, "V, is Austin Rivers on that team because his daddy's the coach?" I said, "Hell yeah, he on that team because his daddy's the coach."
I'm not saying he wasn't going to be in the league no more because he was still going to be in the league, but that's why he's on that team.
Yeah, well, exactly. Well, that's why
he's in the league because he could score a little bit.
Exactly.
He tried to play defense, which is better than a lot of guys. They don't try to play defense anymore. It's not a pride thing anymore. Like, if a nigga score buckets on me, my pride wouldn't allow me to keep letting them get buckets. Like, I'm going to have to foul you hard as shit so you understand. And I'm going to have to give you buckets, too. But you're not just going to be doing this. See, and he actually has a little bit of pride about him. Everybody else, you see what I'm saying? That's part of the problem, man. But you have the same guy. So how can you win when you have the same guy on your bench? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. But here it is, though. It's a generation where every point guard has to score. They don't really know how to pass the ball. See, like for instance, people don't realize C.J. McCullough was really drafted to be the backup to Damian Lillard until they realized he's the same guy, except for you might as well start him and let them go back and forth, especially since DeMarcus Aldridge is gone now. You have to do that.
You heard about my OKC rant yesterday, man. What do you think?
I actually think if Steph Curry does not come back, they will win the chip because they will play against LeBron and there will be some payback for them. Even though, I don't know, because KD tends to play soft against LeBron, and as part of the test, Kyrie Irving chills Russell Westbrook. Every time they play, he absolutely murders him. So,
whoa, hold on. Oh, that's right. The game in Cleveland this year, didn't Cleveland beat the hell out of them?
I'm not sure.
Or was it the other way around? It was a blowout.
I just know. I think OKC may have won that.
Yeah, okay, but it was a blowout. Whoever won blew them out, though.
But we know it's a different story when the playoffs come.
Of course.
The only thing I like about OKC, which I think will be in their favor against them, is the fact that now I heard you talking about Steven Adams and everything, but what you didn't talk about is the fact that Cantor is coming off the bench putting up 28 in game.
Yeah. You're right. I meant,
and I supposed to have a big man come off the bench putting up 28.
Yeah, I forgot to mention him yesterday.
The other day. I haven't checked that injury, but I know he was hurt a little bit the other day. He got elbowed in the ribs. But yeah.
I just think that OKC.
I think they can beat the Spurs.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I think they can beat the Spurs. I don't. OKC to me, like I said, I'm calling it right now. Durant stays. The Lakers are going to be heartbroken. Laker fans are going to be heartbroken this summer. They're not getting him. The Knicks aren't getting him. Durant stays, but he's going to sign a 2-year player option second year. So basically a 1-year deal. Let's get another player in. That'll free up money for them to bring another guy in. And now you have Westbrook that's going to be a free agent next year. And then I think the two of them want to kind of do okay, what are we going to do? Because I want to stay with you. I want to stay with you. You want to stay with me.
Going to LA.
But if that happens, Durant's following right behind him. Russell Westbrook's
going to LA.
Yeah, I've been told by two sources out here that
I think he's going home.
Yeah. I've been told by two sources that he wants to play here and that the Lakers would move D'Angelo Russell in a heartbeat or back him on the bench. He'll be back.
This guy's over here telling he has to go. He couldn't play for me anyway. He has to go. I don't approve of that snitching. That's too much.
You would move him off of that entire incident. You would, if you were the GM of the Lakers, off of that incident, you would feel compelled to move him.
Yes. Because listen, think about it. Like, look at it like this. Granted, like now you're older. We're older. We're a little bit different. We're not out here in these streets like that. None of that. But let's say I'm a guy coming onto that team and I'm out here in these streets. I automatically don't like this guy because as a teammate, I can't talk. Granted, I'm a personal guy anyway, so I don't talk that much about my personal. But let's just say I was one of them guys that's in the locker room talking. This nigga might tell. I automatically don't like him. So just imagine how many guys feel like that when they come into that locker room now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I automatically don't like this cat. I don't really want to play with this cat. Like, the only good thing for him is that he's a point guard. So he always has the ball in his hand. If he didn't, he'd never touch the rock. That's how I see it. How could he? Why would I want to pass this guy the ball? I don't even want to see this guy. Like, seriously, if it was me and I was Nick Young, he'd have to run me my face immediately. And every time I seen him, he had to run me my face. So you got to get me or him up out of here. It has to happen immediately.
Well, they had Nick. If you remember, they told Nick.
Recorded it.
Yeah, they told Nick. Nick couldn't. They kept Nick away from the facility. They asked Nick not to come to the practices, not to come to the facility, because Nick put it out there that it got to the point where he said, "When I see him, or like on site, it's on. That like the next time I see him, it's on." Yeah, and the front office pretty much didn't need that. They said, "Okay, well, you just stay away for the rest of the year." Everything I've heard, they're gonna move Nick, so it won't be D'Angelo. I think a lot of people. I think a lot of people feel like he will be able to get past this, and long as you play well. I mean, I met a guy the other day, and matter of fact, I won't even use him. I'll use Mike Hill. I do radio with Mike. I go do Mike Hill show out here on Fox Sports on Sunday sometimes. He told me off air. He told me straight up. I said, "So what does D'Angelo got to do to earn you back?" He said, "Win a chip." He said, "I was the same way about Kobe." And him and I are big Kobe guys. And I was like, "Oh, word you were?" He goes, "Yeah, man, when Kobe pulled that shot, he said, I ain't messed with Kobe for like 2 years, man." I said, "And what was it?" He said, "Chips." He said, "Chips. You got to go win to earn me back." And I said, "Oh, okay."
Exactly. But guess what? He's not going to do that. So he has to go. He's not. How can he do that? They don't have the pieces for him to be able to get away with that. He's not Kobe. He's just Russell.
Yeah.
He's not the 60 man. He wasn't with me yesterday. He got to get off my porch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He wasn't with him yesterday. He got to get off my porch. He got to go. Dude, seriously, think about that for a second. Like, see, all this, people putting it in perspective of they worried about, like, we talking like the age we are now, where, you know, you ain't out here in these streets because if you know, like I know, being out here in these streets is costing me a problem. So you good with one joint, even if she ain't the baddest, you cool with that one joint because she holds you down.
Exactly.
You gotta be out here in these streets doing all this extra shit.
Nope.
So that portion of it doesn't necessarily concern me, but I know me at how old is this guy? This guy's like 20. So that means the dude from Kentucky, he's like 20, 21. You know, you got a bunch of young cats over there. How do you think they sitting there thinking like, man, they be out here in these streets getting these youngins and this nigga telling? Like, what the hell is that? Like,
not just telling, like recording, recording.
You recorded it and then put it out there for everybody to see. I gotta put my hands on it. I'm sorry. I have to put my hands on it just to make you understand. Like, I might even see, and it gets to the point where you don't respect him, so you know what that means when you don't respect a guy. I have to slap you. Like, I'm not even going to punch you. I'm just going to slap you just to prove a point. But that's my whole thing. So, why, after I slap this guy, how's he still then? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he has to go. Like, there's no way you could be around me at that point because now I'm like, all right, I'm going to slap this guy. Every time just think about that. Every time somebody asks me about it, I got to put hands on it.
You got to put hands on it, yeah.
So, practice the next day, hey, somebody asked me about it. He already know what it is when he sees me. That's the thing. Like, and then they like, oh, well, we don't know how it got put out there. What do you mean you don't know? Nigga, you pressed in. Fuck you mean? How you don't know? Nigga, you recorded it. Why were you recording it? Ask him questions. That just lets me believe that he probably want Iggy. That's the thing about it. That's what people ain't talking about. Ain't nobody say, oh, he did that because he want Iggy. Yeah, that's why he did it. He probably want Iggy.
Who wants Iggy though, man? Like, ew.
Apparently him, nigga, why he telling? Who telling? Why are we doing that? Like, what do you get out of that?
Yeah,
like,
that's like player hating. That's like player hating too, man. That happened to me, man. I've seen guys do that, man. Like, you holler and they don't really want you to holler, so they throw kind of side shade at you, man, and kind of throw like little side shade in your game. Like for instance, like the guy who claims the girl is like his sister, you know, like that dude, you know what I mean? Like that dude is always for some reason. Yeah, I tell my girl all the time, we be talking like, yeah, he don't want you to holler at nobody. He waiting for his shot. Cause I got female friends, and if they my real female friend, I ain't never stand in the way of her hollering at a dude. I don't even care if the dude ain't no good. She a grown ass woman. That's for her to find out. She know he ain't no damn good. If she want to go fuck with him, then I'm gonna go let her. I'm not gonna be. I ain't saving. I ain't capped to saving. You know what? That's not my job. But there's dudes out there who play that role. I never once in my life, Dwayne, try to stop somebody from hollering at a girl that I claim was like my homie, my friend, like my sister. Never. Even if I knew he was just trying to hit. That ain't my business. To me, that's the same thing. That ain't snitching, but that's like side hating, man. I don't like that shit.
Check this out. I'm gonna tell you 2 instances on how I know I can trust a cat. I asked him this question, and if the answer is wrong, I'm not saying I'll completely stop talking to him, but I know something about them. Okay, now let's put it in this perspective.
All right, go ahead. I'm interested in hearing this shit. Go ahead.
Let's say you live like when you was younger.
Yeah.
Your parents, right?
Yep.
All right, so you have a relationship with your pops, you got a relationship with your mom. Don't matter which one you're closer with. Don't matter. Y'all all live together. You catch your dad cheating on your mom, right? Do you tell your mother?
Your dad cheating on your mom?
Do you tell your mother?
Fuck.
See, you got to think about that. I don't. Because look.
No, I don't. No. I don't have to think about it. Nigga, I never been asked that before, but if you want my answer, if you want my answer, that's my mother. The answer is yes.
But that's also your father. So my answer, see, that's the way you answered it, but you gave a legitimate reason for why. You said because that's your mother.
Yeah.
Most niggas don't just say that. But see, there's a difference. I know you, and you know me. We both tend to be mama's boys. That's cool. Nothing wrong with that. But let's say I had a real, like you already know the story.
Yeah, I was about to say, my dad wasn't in my life, man. So that's why I tell on his ass.
So look. So that's why it's different for you. But see, you know Janaeus, right?
Yeah.
You know Jay.
Yeah.
If I ask Jay that same question, Jay answers the question the same way I do. I mind my business. They grown. If my mom found out about it, she found out about it on her own. I can't get in between that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't do that. You just mind your business. So at the end of the day, when they start telling, like, oh no, I'm telling immediately, regardless of who it was, I just sit there like, okay, cool. I gotta watch you now because you don't know how to mind your damn business.
Yeah.
That's how that works for me. Now I'll tell you something personal that you probably never knew, and this is what led me to start thinking about stuff like this. You remember Walter Stevenson?
Absolutely.
Okay, me and Walter Stevenson was real tight, right?
Yeah.
Like from my senior year, from my junior year, all the way till probably like a year and a half, 2 years after I graduated.
Oh, okay.
We were tight. I seen this dude every day. We worked together, everything. I had my kids, my daughter's mother, staying in North Carolina. Okay. All of a sudden, she's hearing things that I'm trying to figure out how she's hearing about. Like, yo, like I'm hearing you out here talking to this chick and that chick, and I'm like, yo, you're in North Carolina. Like, I don't talk to nobody. How could you find out such a thing? Guess who was telling?
Your homie.
Yep. It was so bad he was telling stuff that wasn't even true. That's how it was getting into it. It was crazy because I finally found out that he was doing it. So I wouldn't be doing stuff on purpose, and he would say I was doing it. This supposed to be my homeboy, though.
Damn. Well, see, that's why you can't.
This is a guy that's in my house every day.
Yeah.
So at that point, you thinking, like, you know me, so you thinking, like, I put hands on him, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
I was about to say.
You know, at that point, I was 21, so I was trying to figure out how the hell how do I approach this? So me getting a little older, I start talking to people, start talking to my older brother or whatever, and they told me the best way to get back that is just never talk to him.
Yep.
Now, this is well publicized. People don't know about that. A lot of people don't know about this. Phil knows about it, of course, because, you know, me and Phil talk.
Yeah.
My baby mom will tell you right now to this day that guy cried for like a week or two because I won't talk to him no more.
And that's how you do it, man. I cut people off. Dwayne, let me tell you something.
And that's better than me putting hands on them.
Exactly. Because let me tell you something, man. That's how I handle myself now. If you notice, and I know you have because you're a very observant person, there's certain people on my friends list that I used to talk to that I don't talk to no more. I don't converse with. I don't want to go have mambo wings with them when I come home. I don't give a shit if they show up to my comedy show. I don't give a shit if they show up to the barbershop sports debate show I'm shooting in August when I come. I don't give a shit. Don't matter to me at all. I can never speak to you again, and it doesn't matter because you betrayed me. Mm-hmm. Either you betrayed me or see. I don't like when we were younger. It was cool to kind of like playfully side hate on your man because you know how I'm light skinned with blue eyes, so you always get the V with them eyes, or light skin, you a bright dude, or you a yellow dude, you a this, you a that. But when you 38 years old, man, like you don't call me yellow dude, nigga. My name is Vernon. My name is VJ, Big Vern, however you want to call me. But a lot of the side hating that I used to go through as a teenager and early mid-20s, man, it's funny when you don't talk to someone for years and then you try to catch up with them and you try to talk to them again and say, let me catch up with an old friend. They still speak the same way they did 10, 12, 15 years ago. That's when Mike Raynell asks me all the time, why don't you talk to this guy or this name? I see that certain name's not on your list anymore. You don't really be going back and forth, blah, blah, blah. I looked at her one night and I said, you know what, baby? Sometimes you just outgrow people. It hurts, though. It really does. But you just outgrow people. I've gotten several inbox messages. I ain't going to put nobody's name out there because I don't play like that. But I've gotten several inbox messages. This is honest to God truth. Yo, man, what's been good, man? I ain't heard from you. I see that I'm not on your list anymore, blah, blah, blah. What's good? That's when I know I made the right decision. I don't even respond to it. I've never responded. Hope you good, blah, blah, blah. No, you don't. You don't hope I'm good. You want to know why you don't see my shit no more and why you can't be in my business no more and why you can't side hate from 3,500 miles. That's what you want to know. You don't hope that I'm good. But when I was younger, I couldn't see that. I used to have people come up to me and say, yo, he's not your friend. This person's not your friend, Vernon. This person's not your friend, Vernon. Why do you hang with them? They're not your friend, Vernon. And I always thought that they were hating. But they were trying to tell me 15, 16, 17 years ago. Real shit. That's not your friend, dog. Trust me on this. You go ahead and hang with them all you want.
If you think about it, how you doing, man? And if you think about it, those are the conversations that you have with your chick. Like,
exactly.
I find myself having conversations with the chick that I deal with.
Yeah.
Like, why do you still talk to her? She's not your friend.
Yeah.
You sit there like, why am I having this conversation with a grown-ass woman?
Yeah.
Like, that you don't know who your friends are. But at the same time, we all need that type of guidance to understand that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
All of us do. They might see something that we don't see all the time.
All the time.
So, you had a conversation. Just like one person I don't really want to talk to you about it on air.
Yeah.
But there's another one right now that dude's not who we thought he was.
I already know. I spoke.
He's exactly who we thought he was, but we didn't know it was this bad. Let me just say that.
No. I spoke to you-know-who about it.
We still had a conversation about him the other day.
Yep.
So.
And you know what's so sad about that situation,
he's exactly
too?
who we thought he was, but we just never paid no attention to it.
Exactly. Well, the thing is this, man. What happens is people say you get blinded by love, but you also get blinded by friendship, too. Because in loyalty. See, you're a loyal dude, Dwayne. I've known you for a long time. You're a loyal cat. I'm a loyal cat to a fault. There were times where certain people I thought were my friends tried to actually step in my face, put their shit down, and fight me. And I was in my 20s. I ain't talking high school. I ain't talking recently post-high school. Dude, I'm talking like 22, 21 years old. I am at this point. And I actually forgave these people and went back to being their friend again because I'm loyal and I'm humble and I understand that we all make mistakes and nobody's perfect. I get that. I'm never going to be the guy that thinks, I'm better than this person or this one. No, we all make mistakes, man. It's all good. We can dap up. It's all, especially if you humble enough to come to me and say, yo, my bad. If you humble enough to come to me and be like, my bad. But the thing is, when you do that, damn it, it better be a real my bad. It better not just be because, I'm home in town or because, you feeling some kind of way or whatever, or you see that you might be able to get something from me or get to where I'm going. So I've always had an issue with that. But now as I grow, I've learned that, like you said, just cut people off, man. I got a real good friend. I know you see post me about my boy Carlton. I went to high school with, middle school with. He's a published author now, doing really well, owns a security company. He does like private security for celebrities and events and things of that nature. Whenever he see me post certain things, he'll text me. He won't put it on blast online. He'll shoot me a text. Hey, yo, V, man, I just saw that, I just saw your post, man. Listen, don't worry about the haters, man. Keep doing you. Or don't worry about saying it this way. Keep doing you. Or don't worry about who's supporting you. Just keep doing you, man. Because my thing is, I'm loyal. And for the life of me, I can't understand why certain people don't listen to my show. Like, real talk. I don't need everybody in damn Dumfries to listen. I know there's people that don't like me. I know there's people that didn't like me. And I know there's people that's never going to like me. And they never going to listen. And they never going to hope I succeed doing comedy. When I'm on HBO one day, they not going to watch it. They going to act like it was whack. Oh, I ain't watching. Oh, that's Vernon. Or what he calling himself VJ now. Yeah, I ain't watching. I know this already. And I'm fine with that. But trust me, there are a few people I just go, damn, man, like, I don't even got your support. What did I ever do to you? What beef we ever have? Or what disagreement did we ever go through? I mean, you hitting me up like we still cool, but you won't listen. I mean, but you call it my little show. Or I see you on somebody else's page, Vern this or VJ. But it's like, wow. But I had to stop worrying about it. And what I did, and the advice I got was, yo, V, just pay them no attention, dog. Don't unfriend them. And I was like, well, I'm just going to unfriend them. He was like, nope, don't do that. He said, don't unfriend them. You give them power when you unfriend them. Somebody you really don't want in your life and you really want to separate yourself from, unfriend them. But the haters, he goes, don't unfriend them. He goes, you know why they still your friend on Facebook? I said, why? He goes, because they watching you. That's why they still your friend on Facebook. He goes, let me ask you a question. You ever clean out your inbox? I mean, your friends list? I said, yeah, all the time. He goes, because you don't give a shit about what those people are doing, right? I go, yeah. He goes, there's a reason why you're still on their friends list, V. And I was like, wow, damn, that's kind of deep. I never thought about it like that. I never really looked at it like that. I was like, okay, I got you. I understand, man. So, we all grow, man, and we all learn, and, it is what it is.
And that's exactly why you can't be teammates with D'Angelo Russell.
Well, and that's why I can't be mad at Sam Bradford. Hey, Bradford, tell him you want to be traded, dog. Get him out of there.
Nah, you just shut it. Nah, Bradford. You just get some muscles so they can stop calling you Sammy Sleeve.
I actually that Sammy Sleeve shit is funny as hell. Where did that start? Who started that shit?
It's a hot nine. The Fanatic in Philly.
Oh God, they call him Sammy Sleeves.
Yeah, because if you ever go take a look at a picture of him in his jersey, and he's the only dude you'll ever see besides maybe a kicker, and even some of them do it better. You know how the shirts are most of the time they're fitted.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Notice how his you can see nothing but sleeves. That's why you see his sleeves. That's why they start calling him Sammy Sleeves.
He ain't got no cuts, man. He ain't got no cuts, huh?
Man, what's up? That dude ain't got no bigger since he got in the league.
Yo, real quick before I let you roll, Warriors and Rockets. Warriors ended tonight, right?
Of course, the Rockets suck. It shouldn't even been this many games. Without that push-off, they already got.
Portland and Clippers.
Tell them clean the floors up so somebody else get hurt.
Exactly. Well, the game's in Golden State, so they'll make sure. Look, shit, I wouldn't be surprised if the owner didn't buy a new damn floor just the other damn day. It was like, nah, damn that. We got the money. Buy a new floor. You and I picked Portland to win this series anyway, so I think we're kind of safe. I mean, I don't really care about the injury. I mean, if I picked it, I picked it. I don't give a damn how it happened.
I didn't pick Portland. I picked the Clippers to win.
Oh, okay. All right. Hurt. I thought you was with me. So I got Portland, so I think I'm safe there.
I didn't think they was going to win with CP3 doesn't get hurt. Well, I mean, I don't want to say CP3, but wrestling playing and CP3 there, I don't think they'll win. I knew they was going to make it competitive, but I didn't think they'll win. Now, nah. They ain't got no choice but to win.
What happens tonight between the Hornets and the Heat?
Them, that's like that'll be the biggest upset. Look at it like this. The Heat played terrible the other day. My man from UConn put up, 35 points.
Cardiac Kemba.
And you still barely won. So, yeah, they're not going to win that series. The Heat going to win.
I think the Heat will win the series. I need some first round excitement, man. Like where's the first round I need some first round excitement. Everything really is going. Think about it. You got the Raps up 3-2. You got the Hawks up 3-2. The Warriors are up 3-1. They'll end it the night. Spurs swept. Cavs swept. Thunder 1-5. And Portland, I mean, without Paul and Blake, it looks like they're gonna win. I just need some first round excitement. I really would like to see the Hornets.
Because the Celtics is about to beat Atlanta.
No, they're not, man. Y'all bugging.
Like I told you. Yes, they are.
Atlanta closing that out tomorrow. Atlanta's closing that out tomorrow night.
No, they're not.
Yes.
Listen. No, they're not. No. They're not. They're about to lose.
Yo, they were up by 30 last night, D.
That's cool. I don't care. It was an off night. They're not about to win that. They're going to lose. Watch.
That's serious.
Isaiah Thomas gonna put up 40 in the next game.
Man, you could call that serious Saran, man. It's a wrap, dog.
This is just like you thought Dallas was gonna get another victory.
I did.
They ain't even get close to another. They ain't even get close to another one.
Man, cuz I needed some excitement. I needed some first round excitement, man. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take Dallas.
You about to get it.
I'm going to take Dallas to win at least one more. I'm going to take Dallas to get at least one more game. I thought, but like I said, OKC opened my eyes, man. And I didn't think they had a shot coming out of the West. Now I think they do. With the look in their eyes, Westbrook and Durant, no, man. It's now and possibly next year or never in OKC. And they're going to be out of there.
And I'm gonna take another jab at somebody. Remember the conversation we had about Hall of Famers, and we talked about Yao, and people were saying, "Oh, well, Yao getting it for what he did over in China."
Oh
too.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: I don't know how many leagues there are over in China, but you would have to believe that Michael Beasley played in the best league that there was in China. Correct?
Yep.
He was the goddamn player of the year.
Yeah.
Michael Beasley was the goddamn player of the year in China. Michael Beasley. If the man is doing any goddamn thing in the NBA right now, which he probably should play a whole lot more than Houston because they suck, but Michael Beasley was the player of the year.
Yeah.
So if Michael Beasley can keep his ass over in China, he's a Hall of Fame, I hope you know. If he stays in China, he'll average like 40 a game.
He scored 60. He scored 65.
We were talking about with Yao Ming.
He scored 65 in their All-Star game.
My point exactly.
Yeah.
65.
Yeah. Jason Maxill's in that league. There's a few other NBA. Jason Maxill is in that league, and I remember because the Pistons drafted him out of Cincinnati, and he just never got better.
But he's terrible, but I like his wife's okay though. But he's terrible.
Oh, I ain't never seen his wife. His wife is a biddy?
She ain't no 10. She idle.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, NBA money seem to make the wives. Seems you can get the prettier wives when you got guaranteed contract money.
He actually has a okay black wife that he's been cheating on, but they all do it.
I must have got lucky, man, because I got a dime, man. My girl.
You get to see them. You get to see them on the show that you don't want to watch. But I watch it just because I want to hear the dumbass people tell these dumbass stories just basketball wise. That's where you see them at. That's how you know that show really like Shaq really got grip on what old girl can say and who she can bring on that joint.
Yeah.
Because Jason Maxill's wife is on there. Jason Maxill.
Oh God.
He's not even in the league no more. His girl's on that show.
It is. I didn't know. Yeah. See, I don't. Yeah.
What's my man name that was a Laker? Gennaro Fargo. His ex-wife is on it. She's bad though, but his ex-wife is on it. Now she a dime though.
But he was a little pretty boy, so I can see him getting a little bad. He's a little light-skinned pretty boy with the little curly hair, had the little fresh shape, shape up. Yeah.
He ain't been in the league for like 10 summers.
I know. I know. That's why I don't watch that shit, man. That's why I can't get with it. But I mean, at the end of the day, man, that's like I said, that's what it is. I was right now when I was out to lunch yesterday.
Tell the Clippers to trade Austin Rivers for Kendall, so you can have a real at least backup point guard to Chris Paul.
Nah, man, I'm about to call. Nah, hell no, I'm about to call Van Gundy and the Detroit Pistons.
Detroit, man.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Watch.
He's not.
Watch. Watch.
Because they not going to get rid of Reggie Jackson.
Watch. I got blessed, man. Kendall played for my Tar Heels, therefore I did not have to change allegiance. Thank you, honey. Kendall played for my Tar Heels, which means I did not have to change allegiance.
They thought Reggie Jackson was going to be James Harden-ish because he looked real good at OKC. And if you want to be technical about it and not show favoritism, that team actually ran better with him at the point than it did when Russell Westbrook was at the point. But people didn't want to admit that.
I just don't think he's the guy. I'm not sold on him, man. I'm a real sports fan when it comes to my teams, man. I don't just jump on dudes.
He's not bad when he's with a star, but a lot of guys are like that, though.
Exactly. And I don't think
no stars with him right now.
And but see, here's the thing. Detroit, look, Van Gundy, our star is Drummond. Drummond's got to fix the free throws, but you can't tell me that dude has not gotten better every month of his NBA career. You see him doing something different. Jump hook left, jump hook right, drop step left, drop step right. He's got a little average, face up little J. He'll work on that this summer. I like Morris. I'm sold on Morris. I'm sold on Caldwell Pope. I'm sold on Drummond. Tobias.
Just imagine how much better Morris will play if y'all got his brother though.
I know. That's
they,
what
they don't play very well. They play okay without each other, but when they play with each other, they beat.
Trust me. From what I heard, they're gonna call Detroit and talk to Detroit about Morris because remember Washington and talk to Washington about Morris because remember his contract's coming up, so he's gonna be a free agent anyway, and he'll go sign there. I like the Tobias Harris move. I like what Van Gundy was doing and what he was thinking. I just don't think that he's ready, and he wasn't ready right now. He did nothing in the series. If he played a little better, maybe we get a win. Maybe we get 2 wins. But Tobias Harris just gave us, in my opinion, nothing. You got to do something with Blake. I like Bullock. Bullock is going to be good in the future off the bench. Jody Meeks is going to be a sharpshooter in the future off the bench. Tolliver is going to be a sharpshooter off the bench. I like what's going on there. But at the point position, I don't think you need a point that scores in Van Gundy's offense. You need a point that's just going to distribute to all the other scores you have. And that, my friend, and at a minimum price, they gave him 80. They could give Kendall $45 million. That's half of what you gave Jackson. He going to Detroit, man. I'm gonna pray on. I'm gonna pray on it, dog. I'm gonna ask Baby Jesus for it. I got him in a Tar Heel uniform.
You better leave Tim Tebow out of this.
Nah, I'm praying to Jesus. I already got him in a Tar Heel uniform. Like I got lucky, dude.
You said you praying to Baby Jesus, and I said you better leave Tim Tebow out of this.
Hey, man, says shit. Next thing you know, he gonna be the Eagles quarterback. You keep talking.
Oh, he not. That ship fell when Chip was there. Chip got rid of him. That was the end of that. That was the only opportunity he had.
Oh, man. Man, let me get out of here, man. I done ran over my showtime, man. Let me get out of here, yo. I appreciate the love. Yo,
all right, man.
I'll hit you. Listen, I'll hit you back. Yo, call. Oh, damn, Friday I won't be on the air because I got something to do Friday. Next week, we'll talk draft. I'll talk to you on like Monday or Tuesday, and we'll talk about the whole NFL draft. All right, man. Yo, I appreciate the love, man. All right, Big D. My man, Big Dwayne, man. Oh, man. I'm sorry, guys. That went long, but when callers call, that's what I tell you guys. Call in. We can talk, man. We can talk about anything. I'm wrapping up, guys. I got to get out of here. I didn't mean for that to go long, but I love when my friends show support to the show and call in and want to talk good sports and all that good stuff with me, man. So I see Mike White was in the chat room today. Lauren Erkins in the chat room. Chat room's a little light today. I get it. It's Wednesday. For some reason, Wednesday shows are light. That's hump day. I think people are more busier at work on Wednesday and hump day. So I totally understand. And I totally understand and I completely get it. So with that being said, you have a blessed day too, Lauren. With that being said, I'm out of here, y'all. I'll leave y'all with some more Prince. Appreciate my man Dwayne for calling in. Tonight, I think the Warriors end it. Portland goes up 3-2 in my opinion. I wouldn't be surprised though, guys. Listen, I would not be surprised if the Clippers won the game. Off the energy, playing at home, maybe some calls go a certain way. Who knows? Maybe Damian Lillard slips on a wet spot. These wet spots got to get cleaned up, man. Hornets and Heat. I'll go Heat because Heat are at home tonight. And then that's it. And then tomorrow's the NFL draft. NFL draft starts tomorrow, first round, 8 p.m. Tomorrow morning show. We'll go over kind of a mock top 10, top 15 picks. I'll see what people are saying. You can call in with your team and ask me what I think they're going to do, and we'll try to deliver best we can. With that being said, God bless. Appreciate you guys. Love y'all. Tomorrow morning, same bad time, same bad channel, guys. God bless. Do with it what you will. VJ Wright, unsportsmanlike conduct, Spreaker.com, guys. Love y'all.
Try to take me with the red love machine. Little red Corvette, baby, you're much too fast. Little red Corvette, need to find a love that's gonna last. Little red Corvette, honey, you got to slow down. Little red Corvette. Like I never seen. And the right, I say the ride is so smooth. You must be a limousine. Oh. Baby, it must to be fair.